Hello Final Fantasy fans, and welcome back to another Six Sages gaming video. Today I have something very exciting to share with you. We are going to be starting a new video segment called Sage Suggestions. This is really going to be focused around the Card of the Week format, so taking a card that might not be getting as much love as we'd like to see, giving you some cards it interacts with, and giving you a list to try at your locals. So that is why we have Vaan. Now this is a card that we haven't seen a lot of, or pretty much not at all in our Opus 3 meta, but it did have a little bit of an appearance in Opus 2. Where did it go? Who knows? Maybe people just haven't tried it recently, but it has a tutor, so why not? But let's talk about Vaan to start. It is a 4 Crystal Point 8000 forward, so it has fine stats by itself. It has a special that gives you what I would call a mini Bart's effect that lets you activate all wind characters you control, which for discarding a copy of himself to pay for the special and then 1 wind, that can be a very strong effect and probably has a place by itself in mono wind decks. So that is absolutely one place where you could play it. But what we really want to try and do is use its auto effect that it has. When he attacks, essentially what happens is you get to choose one of your 2-drop backups, return it to your hand, and untap one of your forwards. So give it pseudo brave, if you will. In this, we can think that there's a lot of different backups that we want to be bouncing. Which backups do you ask? Well, we do have a list of different ones you might want to see. So let's talk about the more destructive ones. So we have Vivi and Ninja as 2 examples. What I'd really like to see with this as well is a Fire Wind deck that we haven't really seen, I think, at all. That might be one of the last element combinations to be discovered, or at least tweaked with and played with a little bit. But with essentially Vaan in the field, you could replay Vivi every single turn. Now, because it's an EX burst, you really don't hate seeing it multiple, because you can either check it off damage, discard the extras, and 5,000 damage actually kills quite a bit right now in the format. And then we have Ninja. Now this one does take a little bit more work, admittedly, but if you're going against some more aggressive decks that have a lot of 2-drops, or maybe they're playing the 1-drops like Kate Sith or some of the other effects, you absolutely want to reuse Ninja. Now Wind Earth, we've seen the mill deck, so maybe we can also reuse Thieves. There's a lot of different things that we can be doing in those element combinations, but this is just 2 examples of that. Beyond that, we have our more utility backups. We have Sage and White Mage. We've already talked about maybe activating 2 forwards in turn, or 1 forward, so why not 2? White Mage gives us the ability to activate 2 cards, maybe in, say, Wind Water. Now, this is a very strong element combination we've seen already, and there's so many good 4-drops in Wind Water right now where it is a little bit difficult to make room for Vaan. So that's why it's probably not seen play right now. Beyond that, it does bring the question that if we get more value 2-drop backups like these 2, we could probably see room for it. And then going back to that Wind Fire deck that I would absolutely love to see, so someone please make it happen from Longnet, we have Sage. So you have the ability to threaten giving something haste every single turn, so it really helps in those more aggressive strategies. Again, something that does take a little bit of work to set up, and it does require a few kind of different combinations of cards, but it might just get there. And then lastly, we have Geomancer and Black Mage. Now you're more either power reduction or power damage, or I should say damage dealing effects that really kind of point us in the right direction of where Vaan wants to go, considering that we have a tutor for him in Lightning, so that even more strongly influences him being in a Wind Lightning deck. But Black Mage is obviously going to be the go-to one, being able to threaten to shrink something by 4,000 every turn, or maybe if you play it in main 1, go to combat, bounce it back to your hand, play it again in main 2 after combat, you get to shrink something for 8,000 every single turn. Now if you're going against these slower decks that maybe don't have that 1,000 power backup, or you have Archer to handle them, hint hint, you have the ability to threaten to kill something every single turn your opponent tries to play it. So if they're playing the more 4- and 5-drop type of decks, they can't really afford to put multiple characters on the field at a time, Black Mage can absolutely shut them down. And then we have Geomancer. This one takes a little bit more work, but it's something that you could play early, and if you're trying to combo in maybe the Barbarisha package where you get to deal power minus 1,000 all their forwards, then play Geomancer to clean it up, absolutely not a bad spot to be at all. And then lastly, we have this list. Now this is again going to be focused mostly on Wind Lightning. A lot of ping effects, a lot of power reducing effects. It has Maria, so you can make him a Vaan a 9,000 power forward. Obviously Maria is just a really good backup to have anyways in any Wind deck, making him 9k so you can at least trade up if he really has to with some of your other ping effects. We have Lulu, so we can really capitalize on that Black Mage and Lulu combination where you can shrink something by 4,000, then hit it for 5,000 with the same backup. There is a lot of room to brew in this element combination, and that's why we really want to do this video. Get you excited about it, get you talking about the different possibilities that Vaan could have, and wanted to give you something you could try at your locals this weekend. So that is a very quick rundown of this video, guys. We really hope you liked this. Let us know what you think. Is this a video series you want us to keep doing? We're going to try to hopefully produce it every, Friday, so give you something to go forward to in the weekend. Is it something you don't want to see? Maybe you want to see budget decks instead, or maybe pauper decks. Let us know. We're so happy to hear your feedback and maybe work on different decks we can do. So if you like this video, make sure to drop us a like. That really does help us out. Comment down below what type of decks you want to see, and of course, subscribe for more Final Fantasy TCG content. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next 6 Stages Gaming video. Have a good one. This video made possible thanks to the Patreon support of viewers such as yourself. Thank you to our honorary sages.